Now at 5, Baxter Springs voters choose between two visions for the city's future. Plus, health officials warn of lead danger in southeast Kansas, and
a proposal to pay federal workers during the shutdown fails as lawmakers continue their funding standoff. I'm Erica Brown with that and the warning about critical food assistance that could impact millions.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Baxter Springs mayoral candidates offer competing visions. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. As Election Day draws near in Baxter Springs, public safety and downtown restoration are emerging as central issues. Incumbent Mayor Kelly Abbott says one focus is restoring in-town dispatch services. Challenger Casey Shaw emphasizes renewing the heart of downtown and supporting local business growth.
After the first of the year sometime, we should be ready to implement dispatch back in town, which is going to be a big asset for us, I think. We tried doing it the other way, and maybe it was cheaper, but it just didn't work out.
I would love to see a bustling downtown with businesses there, and to do that I think you need to do something to attract some industry where we have more employees here in town that can shop at those places.
Hear more from both candidates and their plans for Baxter Springs tonight at 6. Some southeast Kansas health officials want to spread the word about the dangers of lead poisoning. At the Crawford County Health Department, community members and advocates gathered to raise awareness for National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. Lead exposure is still a serious issue in southeast Kansas, where childhood blood lead levels are nearly double the state average. Symptoms can include fatigue, stomach pain, and learning or behavioral delays, effects that can last a lifetime if not detected early. The event offered free test kits for water, paint, and soil and encouraged families to ask their doctors for lead testing.
This event is to bring awareness with a toolkit that we offer. We have water lead testing kits. We are also giving away for lead testing kits for the soil, for the paints, and other things.
Organizers hope to make this an annual event. Beautiful autumn day out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it turned out to be another great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic across the region. We are starting to track our next storm system moving in. Already we're getting the mid and upper level clouds. You can see rain out across western parts of Oklahoma. That system is heading toward us. Now, if you're going to be outside this evening, it's going to be fine, but after midnight, we start to get some scattered showers, even a few scattered thunderstorms in here. Nothing strong, nothing severe. Heading into Friday morning, we'll see a pretty good batch roll through during the morning hours into the early afternoon. Overall, this is going to be fairly light rain. I actually think most of our accumulation from rain is going to occur on Saturday. A little bit of a break for high school football tomorrow evening. So we're going to break this whole system down for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. It's day 23 of the government shutdown, which is already the second longest in U.S. history. And the latest attempts in Congress to ease the pain of some federal workers were shot down in the Senate. Erica Brown has more details from Capitol Hill.
After weeks of working without pay, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says some air traffic controllers have to now take second jobs in order to make ends meet.
I don't want them delivering for DoorDash. I don't want them driving Uber. I want them coming to their facilities and controlling the airspace.
Thursday, the Senate failed to advance a Republican proposal to pay federal workers and military members who are working during the shutdown without pay.
The motion is not agreed to.
Democrats who rejected the proposal argued the bill would give the White House broad authority to determine which federal workers get paid and which do not.
You've read the remarks of Russ Vought, the head of OMB. He wants to visit, quote, trauma on federal employees, and he wants to fire a lot of them. He has said so.
That's, again,
but that's an important piece here.
The longer the shutdown drags on, the greater the impact on Americans nationwide. Dozens of states have issued warnings that the food assistance program known as SNAP could soon run out of funding.
We are absolutely on the precipice of a hunger emergency.
7 million depend on the WIC program, which provides aid to low-income mothers and young children, while an estimated 41 million Americans rely on SNAP.
That the benefits will not be coming if there's no end to the shutdown before November 1.
Now more than 3 weeks since the shutdown began, there are still no official negotiations underway between Democrat and Republican leaders, or signs that the deadlock could end anytime soon. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
There also isn't any sign talks are going to pick up. The Senate is expected to go home for the weekend while President Trump is headed to Asia. Numerous arrests stemming from illegal sports betting charges are taking place all across our country. Federal agents arrest multiple NBA figures in massive sports betting and gambling investigations. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat player Terry Rozier are among those taken into custody today. Sources say the arrests involve 2 separate federal cases, one targeting a sports betting ring where players allegedly faked injuries, and another focusing on illegal high-stakes poker games run by organized crime. 31 people face charges in the poker case alone. Still ahead, tracking food insecurity.
The USDA defends its decision to cancel its report on hunger in America. I'm Natalie Brand with a closer look at the issue and why food banks say they still need the data.
But first in Health Watch, a college mental health crisis affects thousands of students.
State area, the annual enrollment period is finally here.
Arkansas. See us today.
Topping today's Health Watch, college students are already gearing up for end-of-semester exams, which can add stress and anxiety. And new data shows that many students are already struggling with depression. Bradley Blackburn has more on the numbers and what parents can do to help.
College campuses can be centers of learning and lifelong memories, but for too many students, university life is also a struggle over mental health. A recent study of more than 80,000 students nationwide found 32% report troubling symptoms of anxiety, and 37% report moderate to severe depression symptoms. The good news is those numbers have actually gone down compared to recent years, but psychologist Dr. Lisa Demore says many students still need help.
The numbers are still higher than we would ever want them to be.
Anxiety spiked during the pandemic, but some anxiety is also a natural and unavoidable part of college.
Normalizing anxiety helps. If a kid is becoming so anxious that they're avoiding things, that's a time to be concerned.
She says signs of depression can include persistent sadness, hopelessness and pessimism, and losing interest in activities.
In depression, you're kind of sad or blank or kind of numb about everything.
Today, many colleges do have robust mental health resources with counseling centers, trained RAs, and deans, and there's less stigma about making use of them. But parents also have a role to play. Dr. Demore says if you think something is wrong, ask your child about it.
Asking that does not make kids more likely to hurt themselves, but if they are thinking about it, they're glad you asked.
Talking about the problem and treatment can make things better on campuses. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
This is the 3rd year in a row that this survey has seen declines of depression and anxiety symptoms. Feelings of loneliness are also down, though more than half of all students do still report high levels. The popular drug semaglutide used for weight loss might also help prevent heart attacks. A University College London study found the drug reduces the chance of heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiac events by 20%. That's regardless of how much weight a patient has lost. The study's author says this suggests you don't need a high BMI to get benefits from the drug. Here's another good reason to go to the dentist. Cavities and gum disease can raise the risk of stroke. A University of South Carolina study found people with both cavities and gum disease had an 86% higher risk of stroke compared to people with good oral health. Researchers say improving oral health could be an overlooked way to reduce stroke risk. And reducing an infant's sugar intake could benefit their heart. Health for their entire life. The study published in the British Medical Journal found the diet during a baby's first 1,000 days can have lasting health effects. Reducing sugar, including from sugary drinks and ultra-processed foods, lowers cardiovascular risks in adulthood. including the risk for diabetes and high blood pressure. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, American agriculture suffers under trade restrictions.
And we have showers and thunderstorms increasing later on tonight. Details coming up.
Hi, I'm Scott with Windows. Call Windows for Les.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Thursday for us today. Partly sunny skies, lower 70s during the afternoon. We have been getting some mid and upper level clouds kind of increasing over the past couple hours, and this is due to our storm system. You can see it back across the Rockies, developing, pulling out through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. We're going to get some pretty big thunderstorms getting going southwestern Oklahoma over the next couple hours, but that system is heading toward us. I am not expecting anything strong or severe here, but you're going to hear some thunder as we go through the next couple days. All right, so rain starting to develop central western parts of Oklahoma. So it's several hours away. If you're getting out this evening, it's going to be fine. We just get the clouds starting to increase. All right, let's go to midnight. Scattered showers popping up, especially on the Kansas side, and increasing as we get into the morning hours. Overall, this is going to be fairly light. It's not going to be anything super heavy as it pushes through. I do think during the morning hours we get a little bit bigger, kind of persistent, light to moderate rain that presses through into the early afternoon. So here's the noon hour, scattered showers across the region. This band will exit out, and there's a chance as we get into Friday evening, here's 9 p.m. we may get a little dry segment, which would definitely help the area high school football games that didn't change it to this evening. But look at these temps. We're only into the 50s. All right, showers, some scattered thunderstorms start to increase again after midnight Friday night into Saturday morning. I think Saturday morning into the early afternoon, a big batch of rain rolls through. This is where we are going to get majority of our rainfall accumulation is going to be Saturday morning. Showers, a few thunderstorms continue. Here's 2 p.m. on Saturday, and then things kind of calm down a little bit Saturday evening. We start to get on the back side of this storm system, so we're going to see lighter showers sticking around Saturday night and into Sunday morning. How much rain are we talking about? It's not going to cause flash flooding. It's not going to come down heavy. It's a good soaker is what we are going to get. But a lot of areas should pick up an inch, maybe an inch and a half in spots as we go all the way through the entire weekend. So you can see those rain chances shoot up later on tonight into Friday morning, kind of increase around the noon hour tomorrow, and then increase again as we get into the first half of Saturday. Day planner 55 by noon, high temp only 60 degrees, and we are still going to have some showers out there tomorrow evening if you are going to high school football games. Bundle up only into the upper 50s. Great shot, Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam. We are looking downtown Joplin through the rest of the evening, 70s, 60s, 50s, some showers popping up late. 69 in Stockton, but look at Grand Lake, 74, 72 in Independence. Fort Scott is sitting at 70 degrees. All right, let's go 60 on your Friday, only 61 Saturday. Cloudy, dreary, showers last all the way through the weekend. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be wet out there. Temperatures, though, I mean, 65 Monday, high of only 58 on Wednesday. So, I mean, it's cooling down.
It'll be chilly for much of the day. The high point doesn't get up to 60. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, the end of a government report tracking food insecurity.
I'm sorry, I was just...
Hang on, Archie. 417-621-9824.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, the government shutdown has delayed the release of what the Trump administration says will be the USDA's last report tracking hunger in America. The administration is discontinuing the annual survey, which has been published under both Republican and Democratic administrations for nearly 30 years. Natalie Brand shows us how its elimination complicates the fight against hunger.
Janae Davis has a monthly appointment at this food pantry in New Jersey.
Off shopping we go.
The 59-year-old is on Social Security disability and says last month she saw her SNAP benefits nearly cut in half.
I was like, okay, Lord, thank you. I have the pantry to fill in those needs.
According to the USDA's Household Food Security Report, more than 47 million Americans experience food insecurity, which means limited or uncertain access to adequate food in both quantity and quality. Now that annual report is going away. The Trump administration is scrapping it, citing redundancy.
It was one more waste of taxpayer dollars not being used appropriately. There are many, many other surveys collecting that data.
We've reached out to the USDA multiple times for details about tracking food insecurity moving forward. A spokesperson says the department has longtime relationships with other vendors who are able to provide, quote, less subjective data.
From the height of COVID, food insecurity is actually up about 65%.
The Community Food Bank of New Jersey president and CEO Elizabeth McCarthy says federal data on food insecurity is crucial to distribution and outreach at state and local levels.
It really helps us understand trends, how things are moving in food insecurity, as well as if specific populations are becoming more vulnerable. We saw a rise in food insecurity for seniors. That's something that we wouldn't have picked up on without that data.
This food bank and others say ultimately their mission won't change.
Food insecurity will continue to be a problem whether we publish data on it or not. And we've really just been clear with our New Jersey neighbors, like, we know you're there, we see you, we're going to continue to serve you.
And they can't risk slowing down.
Start weighing your items.
Welcome news for neighbors who rely on the pantry for sustenance and support.
See you next month, hopefully.
Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The regional and demographic data in that discontinued USDA report also helps food banks determine how they distribute food, like using mobile pantries in rural areas or pickup lockers for folks who work on night shift. There's some major pushback against President Trump from some of America's farmers. Policies like the trade war with China are upending the finances of many American farms. China is the world's biggest soybean importer, but the country stopped purchasing the crop from American farmers, making it unprofitable. To help ease the pain, the Trump administration said it would bring back essential workers at the USDA, unfreezing $3 billion that was already allocated in the previous budget. But it's a fraction of the $13 billion in new aid farmers expected. Some farmers say President Trump's policies are making it less likely that foreign buyers will come back and their livelihoods are at stake.
Farm bankruptcies are on the rise, farm foreclosures on the rise, farm suicide is on the rise, and the president continues to say that his tariffs are helping us. But the tariffs are hurting America's farmers, and we're going to be losing a lot more farmers this fall. And what we really need is a complete farm moratorium at USDA and other agricultural lenders. We shouldn't be losing America's farms while the president, made some bad decisions here with his tariffs.
And an issue for U.S. cattle farmers, the White House says it might increase beef imports from Argentina. It's part of a larger $20 billion bailout for that South American country. The U.S. gross national debt has surpassed $38 trillion for the first time ever. According to Treasury Department data anyway, government shutdowns can boost the national debt because they delay economic activity and postpone fiscal decisions. A recent survey from the nonpartisan Peterson Foundation showed 81% of voters believe the national debt is an issue of concern. And Facebook parent company Meta is cutting around 600 artificial intelligence jobs. According to multiple news agencies, a company memo encourages workers affected by the cuts to apply for other jobs within Meta. A final check with the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the firestorm around ICE. In an exclusive interview, the architects of President Trump's immigration operation defends the tactics of federal agents in Chicago. Then on KOAM News at 6, more on the Baxter Springs mayoral race, plus in our Doing Good segment, picking up trash on Sunday mornings. And in sports, a look at the upcoming Pitt State cross-country teams running for a championship. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Beautiful fall day out there.
Yeah, it was a fantastic day. We are going to start to get some light showers in here, especially after midnight. Then on and off light showers, maybe moderate at times on Friday. I actually think our heaviest rain is going to move in on Saturday morning.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.